Alright, you guys, it's your boy K-Dot, first Black Super Saiyan to ever arrive on this planet. We're going to jump into The Predator. Spoiler review. Look, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say how I feel. This is a D movie in my opinion. Reason it's a D movie is because the script is so bad. It really insults the intelligence of me and most likely other people that at least wanted to see some good writing. At least. The best way to explain this, you take an MCU movie. Now, the Marvel formula is they hit you with a joke, hit you with something serious, joke, serious, joke, serious. This is that movie, but on crack. Like crack cocaine. Oh my gosh. Oh. This is that movie. Look, we're going to get into this movie and we're going to start straight at the beginning. Beginning of this movie, you have, we're going to call him the Big Predator, then you have the Standard Predator. The Big Predator is obviously the big one, the mutated one, blah, 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 the Standard Predator. Big Predator was chasing the Standard Predator. Now, from the tech we seen in the movie, from what I seen, they're able to travel sort of like light speed, but they can create a portal to go to some other part in space. So in a way, light speed like in Star Wars, but they just open up a portal and it transfers them to a different part of space. And so basically, one of them went through. The big one shot him with a ship before he went in. Boom, he hit him. He was going straight to Earth. Now, he was carrying a package that for some reason he's delivering to the humans for some odd reason. Now, what I can theorize from this is that, well, basically, this is what it is. The Ultimate Predator, the Big Predator, had their cargo stolen. They had some special item inside, which was this armor, some special armor that it's a gauntlet. When the gauntlet gets onto any being's wrist, it turns them into a super predator. Like, it gives you a suit. But that's not until the end of the movie. We don't see this until the end of the movie and it gets revealed. We don't see this until the end. But Standard Predator stole their cargo to get it away from the Big Predator. Now, the Big Predator mutated. He has an exoskeleton that he can create through his skin. He can see without the mask. He then so mutated to the point where he no longer needs armor. For some reason, he still found a way to die. He got an exoskeleton skin. Bullets was bouncing off him. But oh my gosh, fire. When fire hits this dummy, he wants to die. Okay. Motherfucker, what the fuck? What the fuck? Look. After the ship crashes on the Earth, the Standard Predator leaves from the crashing ship. He releases a pod which has some other items inside of it. So this movie confused me with the pods. In this movie, at the end of the movie, there is two pods. In this movie, in the Standard Predator ship, they show two scenes where the Predator, he was walking through his ship and he was leaving to an escape pod. There was this pod, not an escape pod, a pod with something inside of it. They didn't show us. But later in this movie, the Ultimate Predator destroys the Standard Predator ship that he escaped on. He blew it up. And I believe he blew up that pod that they focus on, because even later in the movie, Rory, the son of the main mercenary, the guy from Logan, there was a scene where he looked at the pod and he was like, there's something in there. The same pod that the Standard Predator walked past and they focused the camera on. And I was really looking at those, so I was like, there's something in that pod, but it's not the same thing. It's something else. But they blew it up with that ship. They blew it up. It was something else. There's two pods. At the end of this movie, there's two pods. There's a main pod with a weapon, and there's a pod on the right of it. We don't know what's in the pod. It could be another weapon, or it could be a living predator that's supposed to be on the side of the humans. And once the ship crashes, obviously the guy from Logan, we're calling him the guy from, I really forgot that motherfucker's name. He was acting the same way he was in Logan. the guy from Logan. He basically got inside. He was on a mission, going to execute some. He's a sniper for the military. He was on mission. Had to go do a mission, take out some drug cartel, blah yada yada, all that stuff. He sees the ship coming towards him, crashing towards him. Boom, hits a pole, and it crashes past him. Boom, 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 boom. He falls down, back, boom, 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 down a hill, and then he gets to the ship. He takes the mask and the gauntlet of the Predator for some odd reason, but he said he wants to take it as evidence. But he wasn't ready to give it up to the scientists that came to him. For some reason, he wanted to keep it as evidence. And he probably done the dumbest thing in this movie. He sent the aliens tech to his home with his wife and his son. Where his son... Now, this boy is his son. This boy is very smart. Oh. There's a thing in this movie where the guy from Logan eats. So, the way the Predators are able to cloak, they have these little ball thingies. Little beads. They're like little beads. Little tiny balls. They have these little beads, and they come out of the gauntlet, and they're able to cloak. So that whatever gauntlet, boom, opens up, they have this bead that allows them to cloak. So basically, he was able to use this bead to cloak himself like the Predators. Before we get to the part where he sent these items off to his son and wife, which is stupid in my opinion, bro. Why would you do that? He swallowed the bead, so they couldn't get the evidence of anything. And later in this movie, they make a joke. I told my friend Elias, I looked at him. Elias, shouts out to you. I looked at him. After he ate that bead, I was like, there's going to be a scene in this movie where he's going to shit that bead out of his ass. And then he's going to pick it up. He's like, nah, man, it ain't going to be in there. Maybe. And guess what? That same bead that he ate, it came out of his ass later in the movie. Yep, he went to go take a shit. And it came out. They even made a joke about it. Midway, when he had to go save his son from the black scientist, the guy from Black Panther. Then what was that motherfucker's name? It wasn't Unjobu. It was Killmonger's daddy. Well, Killmonger's daddy. In midway, when he's giving a speech and he wants to go save his son, he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go take shit. Something's coming in." I was like, "Fuck, man, what the fuck am I watching, bro? What?" But look, back on track. So he sends the tech to his son's and wife's home. Now, clearly, this boy, he has, I wouldn't say a disorder, because this boy was smart, very smart. There's a scene in the movie where one of these bullies, they pull a fire alarm, they want to joke around. He's in his classroom, they're playing chess, and he's just walking by looking at every single kid, and he's observing. He's looking at every single kid, and he's observing how they're playing, and he memorized the boards. There was 3 different people playing chess. 3 groups of people playing chess. He memorized each of them. So when they pulled the fire alarm, everybody escorted, they came out. The 2 bullies went inside the room, and clearly the boy has some kind of, I wouldn't say autism. He has something. I'm not finna get on this boy because he clearly had something, but he was smart. He had this issue where the fire alarm was ringing so hard, he was having issues, and it was just, the sound was hitting his ears, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" He was, oh my gosh! He was in anguish. He was in pain, and it stopped. Then he got up. Before he was going out with the other kids, so all the other kids went out. Man, they left that. There was no teacher in that classroom. She was supposed to escort everybody up out of there if that shit was real. That little boy was there. But those bullies, they was like, "Nah, we ain't finna mess with this kid. He a weirdo. He over going, oh my gosh." He was over there doing that. This little boy got up. Before he walked out, he looked at all the chess pieces that they knocked over when they walked out. They didn't bully him because he was like, they was asking him, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, you weirdo?" And it was like, "We don't even want to touch you." So they walked out. Bruh, this boy was so smart. He picked up each of the chessboards, right? He memorized each move each person made with their rooks, their knights. He memorized everything, and he put each piece back the way it was. Even the pieces that was on standby on the side, he put them back the way they were, positioned the same way. I'm like, damn, this kid's smart. And I was like, you know what? This kid's about to be too damn smart. This motherfucker was smart. He learned how to use alien technology that was unknown to me. I didn't know what he was looking at. I was looking at what he was doing. He was like, the boy gets home, right? And when he gets home, the mailman comes. I got a package for you. Yada yada yada. Blah 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 blah. And then he makes a joke. He's this boy smart. He knows the military protocol. He has set the codes and everything to the guy. He said he knew what was up. And then he made this joke. He was all like, "Yeah, my dad goes to kill people just so you can be a mailman. My dad kills people just so you can be a mailman." I'm like, "Oh, my nigga, damn savage." That's some real shit, bro. You telling them your daddy over there overseas helping people? He wasn't really overseas. He's like kind of just in hired assassin, not a hired assassin. He's hired by the military to go do what he got to do, assassinate these people here, yada yada yada. So the boy gets the box, right? Takes it downstairs, opens it up. The wrist gauntlet that the guy from Logan stole was in there, and so was the helmet. That shit was big compared to the little boy. That shit was heavy. So he basically was able to turn on the gauntlet. He learned how to use that shit. Like, he didn't go out there, he didn't start blasting stuff. He learned how to... He was able to see what the other predators saw. And what he saw that other predators, the Yautja, were mutating their own kinds, mixing DNA with others for some reason to make them stronger. Because the whole reason the Yautja are coming to attack is reason being they see that the human race is dying out. They want to take over the planet and basically own Earth. They see like the human race is dying race. They're dying anyway, so we might as well get what we can get, scavenge what we can scavenge, and when they die out, we're gonna take what they had and we're gonna use it to our advantage. Which makes it seem that they don't have a stable home world to go to, and the reason they're trying to adapt to these other species, these environments, trying to make themselves so strong that they can adapt to anything, being able to go into whatever planet they want without having to deal with certain diseases and everything, which makes sense. But still, the movie plot gets stupid because they're constantly, you got characters. Now the best part was the black guy who from the trailer who took the cigarette. That shit was tight when he did that. He did this in the movie. It didn't have the same impact as the trailer, but that shit was tight. When they got on the bus and they was introducing each other, Thomas Jane, the guy who played as Punisher, that motherfucker was so funny, bruh. That man had Tourette's in this movie, right? Now, the last time I seen it with someone with Tourette's was South Park, bro. That shit was funny. There's this scene in the movie where Olivia Munn wakes up, right? And then he basically blurts out, she's trying to escape and walk out the door because it was from the trailer and they had her in the hotel. They saved her. They all escaped from the facility that the standard predator broke out of. Yo, that scene was beautiful. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But in the hotel, she's about to leave out. They told her, okay, go ahead. The guy told her, okay, go ahead and leave. Because we're the ones trying to protect you, but go ahead and leave. This dude basically said, eat that pussy. She was like, Olivia Munn looked at him like, what the fuck did he say? Did he say he gonna eat my pussy? Olivia Munn said, are you trying to eat my pussy? She's like, stay away from me, weirdo. She's like, he said, eat my pussy. He's like, no, he said, eat that. They say, no, he didn't say eat my pussy. He said, eat my... I was like, fuck, my nigga, we going that deep, bro. Olivia Munn was like, nah, bro, you ain't finna eat this pussy, bro. I was like, fuck, Olivia, girl, you, get it, Olivia, fuck. I'm gonna talk about some of the good things in this movie. That action was a nut shot, bruh. That action. The standard predator, when he went in, when they had him locked up, right, in the facility, they was testing on him, trying to see his habits and stuff. So basically, the standard predator has human DNA mixed with him. He has human DNA mixed with him. So basically, bruh, when he broke out of that facility and he ripped them straps, they tried to hold him down. He went and bit that dude's hand. He went, bruh, I never seen that. Yautja finally bit somebody, like, with those teeth. I was like, he bit him. Bruh, there's 3 scenes where the standard predator and the ultimate predator, the big predator, bite somebody 2 times. With they bite him, and I'm like, they finally used them teeth. But he bit him he bit this human guy in the hand, flipped him up. He took this other guy, threw him on the chair, took a blade, shoved it in his eye, and then he took this other guy, stabbed him, and then the guy that was laying on the table, he had a knife in his eye. He went, yanked it out, yanked that motherfucker. Then he went over to his armor. He was like, yo, where my gauntlet at? He only had 1 gauntlet. His suit, he didn't have a mask. So he took a previous mask that the other people had in the facility. Olivia Munn's character, she sees him. Bro, I'm going to get to the scene. Olivia Munn, so there's this containment thing where they have to go through to take this bath, this containment bath to, it's going to spray some stuff on them to decontaminate them. So she had to go through the whole process, right? She's over running scared. Everybody in the facility dying. He's just looking. And she's over like, oh my gosh, hurry up. Spray me so I can get up out of here. Bruh, he got up. He went to there's two of these containment baths. They're decontainment baths. He walked over to them. He looked in one. Then he went to the one where Olivia Munn was at. Bro, she was naked. They didn't show her biddies, but she was naked. She was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro, he looked down. That predator got a good look at her. He was like, she was staring her down, bruh. He was looking at her. He was like, you looking good. Then he walked away. He didn't look as though he was like, you looking good. He was just looking at her to, analyze if he was there. But we know where he was looking. Bruh, when he opened up that door that he opened up the door that she was trying to get out of. He just went over there. He took his blade. Bruh. The standard predator picked up a assault rifle, and he went. The standard predator picked up an assault rifle, bruh. He picked up an assault rifle, and he was shooting them with their own guns. Now, usually Now, remember, this predator, the standard predator, has lost some of his equipment. The guy from Logan sent off his mask and his left gauntlet to his son and his mother for some odd reason. I don't know, that was stupid. I mean, I guess, but your son got a hold of it and he opened it up and everything. That boy was so smart and so curious. He was probably the best part of the movie, but I don't know how the hell he understood alien technology, but he made it work. But that boy was smart. He was basically Dexter. They even gave him a job at the end of the movie to help study the alien technology. They gave the little boy a job. Oh, and those mercenaries, the ex-veterans that you see on the bus, all of them are pretty much dead. Yeah, they all died. The person who got the best death that was like worth looking at was Thomas Jane's character, the one with Tourette's, and Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele. Because basically, the Ultimate Predator killed both of them. Bruh. I swear he got him here, or he straight up got Keegan Michael Key in the whole. He shot off his fucking everything right here. He got his dick, bruh. His dick fell off. And then Thomas Jane got pinned on a tree. The Ultimate Predator pushed him back. He got pinned on a tree. He's like, oh my god. Then they looked at each other. He's looking down at him. He's looking at Keegan Michael Key's character, and he's like, take the shot. They both pulled out their guns. They're looking at each other. Remember, Tom and Jane is pinned up here, and Keegan Michael Key's on the floor, and he's bleeding out. He got this big old hole in his chest. His dick is gone and everything. He has his gun out, and he's looking at him. He's over there like, pull the trigger, man. They shot each other in the head. Now, the religious guy, I'd say he probably got the worst death. So basically, near the end of the movie, you guys see in the trailer where Olivia Munn was shooting at the alien ship. So the black guy who took the cigarette, and the guy from Logan, and the religious guy with the black hair, he was the Latino dude. He got his legs chopped off by a portal, then he just died. Like, he died quick. The black guy who took the cigarette, that shit was tight, cuz that motherfucker was crazy. So he was basically looking at the guy from Logan. He was like, man, shit, fuck. Because the guy from Logan fell behind a portal that covers the alien ship. Now, the portal cuts off their bodies. And I say this all the time. If you step into a portal, it's going to... Not a portal, the shields. Not the portal, the shields. If you step into the shield and it's closing on you and it's this thin, that shit's going to cut you. So basically, he was on top of the shield and he was under the shield of the ship. He's over looking at him like, no, man, this ship's about to crash. I don't need you dying. They was on top of the ship. He fell under the shields and he was on top of the shield and he's standing on top of it. And he's just looking at him. He's like, look, man, no. This man, this hero who saved this man's son, he jumped into the turbine of the alien's ship and he was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm a crazy motherfucker. He jumped into the turbine because he saw that it was damaged. The ship was shot from earlier in the movie by jets. I forgot how the ship got damaged. That's what didn't make sense. Olivia Munn was a ride-or-die chick in this movie, bruh. Remember, she's a scientist, but she had more courage than basic women, bruh. She had courage. She had will. She had courage. She was like, what was it? She was enticed and she was dedicated to helping the guy from Logan get back his son. So basically, she said that the reason they wanted your son, so the predator, the ultimate predator, after he got to the ship, he said he wanted McRory. Yep, McRory, I think that was the last name. He didn't say first name. He said he wanted the champion McRory. And I thought it was the guy from Logan, but no, he wanted his son. The reason he wanted his son was because his son was so smart, he figured out their technology. This basic boy, which he identified as a child, the ultimate predator, he was looking at him. He was like, yo, we need this boy. His brain is something. Oh yeah, the ultimate predator killed the standard predator. I was mad at this scene because I was like, I thought they was going to help out the standard predator because he was getting you fucked up. When a big one came through, when he grabbed him through that window, he went, he threw him into the ground. He couldn't get up. The standard predator was struggling. Like, oh my gosh, he was struggling. Then the big one went over there. The little one tried to go head up with him. He pulled out his blades like, the big one, he was just so big. This was Thanos compared to Spider-Man. He was like, he flipped him up, pinned him on the car, took off his mask. I'm not lying to y'all when I say this. He took his hand, pushed it up through his head, into his body, yanked his head out, bruh. All you see is head gone, his head in between his hand, and his body mutilated, bruh. The ultimate predator took his hand, he took his hand, pushed it through here. His hand went down here. He yanked his head out, bro. I'm not lying when I say this. That shit was real. This action was a nutshot action. What I hated was that ending, because that ending was so stupid. Not the ending where they showed the armor, but the ending how the big predator died. Bruh. This is why I hate movies like these. They get so predictable. I'm over like... So, let me mind you this. This predator has an exoskeleton. He can see without a mask. So, he can see in infrared without a mask. He also had a shoulder cannon. He had that piercing... He had that basic harpoon in his gauntlet. It was a harpoon. Boom. That was blew somebody in bits. This movie was so stupid, bruh. So basically, they was able to crash the ship when McRory got inside. The guy from Logan got his son out. Because the ship was already going to crash when Olivia Munn, for some reason, shot it with a grenade launcher. And somehow the ship got damaged. Like, what? This alien technology getting blown apart by human tech? The shit. Oh my gosh. So, this is how this movie went. The ending. They fell out the ship. Boom, they fall into a pond or lake area. Now, this guy, for some reason, survived. He's all good. Boom. He got to go head up with the big predator, right? And no, they didn't go head up like fist to fist, bruh. Olivia Munn, the guy from Logan, and the boy all helped out. Except for the boy. They strategically took him down. And I'm going to tell y'all some... This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. The big predator picked up the guy from Logan, tossed him, when he should have just took his head and squeezed it. He looked at the human guy that broke into a ship, basically crashed his ship even further, and then he picks him up and throws him. Bruh, he picked him up and threw him. Mind you, he took a standard predator, bruh. He took a standard predator, took his hand, pushed it through his head, and he yanked it out, bruh. He picks up the human guy and throws him. This is the... And I'm going to tell y'all how... So, there was a... You remember the predator dog? Remember the dogs, bruh? There was 2 dogs. The dogs also had exoskeleton skins, bruh. That shit was so tight, bruh. The guy from Logan, man, when they was fighting in the area with the 2 dogs and they was fighting near the bleachers, he took a grenade launcher, shot it inside the dog's mouth. He had a grenade launcher, shot it inside the dog's mouth. He ate that shit. And I was like, fuck, that nigga real, bruh. But nah, when he tried to go at him again, he blew it to bits. They shot the black guy who took the cigarette. That man was tight, bruh. I liked his dialogue. I liked him. He was tight. He was real. He shot one of the dogs in the head. Bruh. The dog didn't die. The dog was whimpering away running. That dog turned into the cutest dog ever. They made that dog retarded. And when I don't mean it in an offensive way, but that dog didn't want to kill the humans anymore. He wanted, he needed help. He was like, oh my god. He's like, help me. That dog, he wasn't talking, but he needed help. He became the cutest dog in that movie, bro. And I was like, fuck, dude, man. I don't want to kill you. I just want to pet you. The retarded dog that got shot in the head, that had to helped out Olivia Munn and the guy from Logan. He helped them both out. Take out the ultimate predator. Y'all just gotta watch it for yourselves. That scene was so stupid, bruh. He could have killed the dad, the guy from Logan. Somehow they blew off his arm, blew off his leg, blew off both his legs. He was pinned to the ground, all alien green juice flowing out of his body. And then he asked him, he walked up to him, he was joking, he was like, what are you? And then he was about to speak. So the Ultimate Predator spoke English at least once in this movie. He spoke English once. And then he laughed. He was going to start talking. And the dad walks up to him. He's like, what are you? Then he's like, oh. He's like, shut up. Shot him in the head. Ended him. This shit was fuck. So basically, let's get to the ending of the movie, bruh. When they show what was hiding in the cargo that the standard predator was trying to get away from the big predator. So the standard predator stole cargo. That was not he stole cargo from the big predator and their clan or whatever they're with. Clearly, the big predator was part of a clan. The standard predator was just a basic predator. The Yautjas. Basic Yautja. Basically, they had a gift for the humans. I guess it was a gift. I really forgot because I don't think even his destination was Earth, and he just took that route. It could have been somewhere else. But bruh, they had tech. There was this gauntlet that came out of the pods. It attached to a scientist's hand, and the scientist basically grew a nanotech armor. Had the shoulder cannon. Now did not turn into aliens. They still retained, they were human, but an armor just like showed up on his body. Armor showed up on him, and then the dad. So the son has a job. The son has a job at working at the facility studying the aliens and everything. He has a job. The son got a job, and then he made a joke like, "Man, wouldn't your mom want to see you working at a desk? That would be a riot." And then he looks at the suit. He was like, "Major." Well, the scientist told him like, "Major, what is it?" He's like, "That's my new suit." And then I was like, "Oh fuck, it's gonna be this." So basically, a sequel is teased. Obviously, they're gonna go this whole route. The predators, the aliens, the Yautja trying to come take over and stuff. I'm like, that's not the. You didn't get that from the first Predator movie. You didn't get that from the second Predator movie, and that definitely wasn't in the Predator 2010 movie. Yes, they had a Super Predator in the Predator 2010 movie, but we didn't know what it was. They didn't really get into depth with it. It was just a Super Predator Black. It was a Black Super Predator, and we didn't really know what it was. But look, overall, bro, this movie has some bad, crusty booty stank, milk dud, stank in the booty, Valentine's Day humor. This shit was. The funniest part was that eat that pussy part, bruh. When Tom and Jane blurted out, I'm gonna eat that pussy to Olivia Munn, and then she's like, "What the fuck you say? You say you gonna eat my pussy?" I was like, "Fuck, bruh." Shit, I would have faked having Tourette's just to say the same thing. I'm gonna eat that pussy. What? Oh my gosh, I have an issue, bruh. Look, we gonna end this there. This your boy K-Dot. This is a spoiler review. Look, I gave my grade. This movie a D movie. I give it an F, but that action, bro, that was nut busting action. But look, at the end of the day, this review is just to give my opinion. You guys can do whichever you want, whatever you need with this information I'm giving you. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to go see this movie for yourself. Go see this movie for yourself. Don't go see this because I told you not to go see it. I'm not that type of person to just tell you down to go see a movie. Don't get me wrong, movie had great action, but that last action sequence was whack and it was stupid. But the build up to the action, that shit was tight, that shit was raw, that shit was bruh. The Ultimate Predator he was so big, he was trying to fit around in a house. This guy was up on the second level of the house. He was in the basement. The part where he shanks that dude just, bruh, he took his wrist gauntlet, the blade, he stabbed the dude in the dick, bruh. His whole dick was gone. He went, shh. He was like, oh my gosh. That shit was real. But look, it's up to you guys if you want to go see this movie. Don't go because I told you not to go, or just because I said it was a D. I'm just throwing out my opinion on how I felt about this movie. Shane Black, you are a whack. You're whack, bruh. You are whack. Please stop. You're whack. Shane Black is very whack. This movie, bruh. Fuck. This movie is going to be one of those movies where it's like, you don't want to watch it and it's so bad, but you're like, fuck that action. This movie is Avengers Infinity War. Fight me, bruh. Yeah, I said it. This movie is that. Look, we on this video there. It's your boy K-Dot, first Black Super Saiyan to arrive on this planet. Y'all please have a good day. You guys go spread some peace, love, and positivity. And if you're not doing so, I don't know. Go spread some peace, love, and positivity. Y'all better go spread some. Y'all have a very good day. Deuces.